Hello students, welcome back. I hope you all are doing really great. So let us start with our 13th chapter, which is Conquering the Heights. Read the story about a nerve-wracking day in an athlete's life as he prepares to take the ultimate test of his career in sports. So students, this is an athlete's story. So let us see what happens in this story. His palms were sweating. So this athletics palms, they were sweating. He needed a towel to dry his grip. So as we can also see in this picture students, this athlete, he is sweating and he needs a towel to wipe out his sweat. A glass of ice water quenched his thirst. So quenched, what do we mean by quenched students? Satisfied. So a glass of ice water satisfied his thirst but hardly cooled his intensity. The astroturf he sat on was as hot as the competition he faced today at the National Junior Olympics. So this is a story about an athlete students who participated in National Junior Olympics. The pole was set at 17 feet. That was 3 inches higher than his personal best. Michael Stone confronted the most challenging day of his pole vaulting career. So, this story is about Michael Stone, who is a very famous pole vaulter. So, pole vaulter is a kind of a sport student. So, he is playing right now and this is a very tensed day of his life. So, we are going to read about it. The stands were still filled with about 20,000 people. 20,000 people were present there as an audience to witness this, even though the final race had ended an hour earlier. The pole vault is truly the glamour event of any track and field competition. The sportsman combines the grace of a gymnast with the strength of a bodybuilder. So, a pole vaulter need to have strength of a gymnast and strength of a bodybuilder combined in this competition. Pole vaulting also has the element of flying, and the thought of flying as high as 2-story building is a mere fantasy. So, it is a great game students, where the strength of a bodybuilder and a gymnast had to be combined and a pole vaulter had to fly up to 2-story building. To anyone watching such an event, today it is not only Michael Stone's reality and dream, it is his quest. As long as Michael could remember, he had always dreamt of flying. He has always dreamt of flying. It was his passion, his dream. Michael's mother read him numerous stories about flying when he was growing up. So, Michael's mother used to read many stories to him about flying, and from his childhood only he got inspired to fly. Her stories was always ones that described the land from a bird's eye view. Her excitement and passion for details made Michael's dream full of color and beauty. Michael had this one recurring dream. So, Michael had this eager dream with him, a recurring, which means occurring again and again. So, he used to think about flying again and again, and eventually this became his dream. He would be running down a country's road. He could feel the rocks and chunks of the dirt at his feet. As he raced down the golden line wheat field, he would always overturn the locomotives passing by. He would begin soaring like an eagle. So, he always used to dream about flying wherever he used to go in the fields, even when he was sitting in the car, he used to think about flying. Where he flew would always coincide with his mother's story. His dad, on the other hand, was not a dreamer. Bert Stone. So, what was his father's name? Bert Stone. was a hardcore realist. So his father always used to believe in reality and he never used to trust dreams and aspirations. He was a very realistic person. He believed in hard work. His father believed in hard work and sweat. His motto, if you want something, work for it. From the age of 14, Michael did just that. He began a very careful and regimented weightlifting program. He worked out every other day with weights. So he used to work out with weights every other day because he wanted to take part in this competition, with some kind of running work on alternative days. The program was carefully monitored by Michael's coach and trainer and father. Michael's dedication and determination and discipline was coach's dream. So he was accompanied by coach who was teaching him everything about the game. Besides being an honor student, Michael Stone continued to help his parents in their farm chores. Michael's persistence in striving for perfection was not only his obsession but his passion. So his dream was not only his obsession but it was also his passion to do, and he started working. Even while he was in college, he used to work with his parents in farmland and he used to run and do all his exercises alongside. He never left anything. He was dedicated in his work as well as dedicated in his training also. Mildred Stone, Michelle's mother. So what is the name of Michelle's mother? Mildred Stone. Wished that he could relax a bit more and be that free dream little boy. On one occasion, she attempted to talk to him and his father about this, but his father quickly interrupted and smiled and said, if you want something, work for it. So Michelle's mother wanted him to relax for a bit from the training and from all the household chores, but his father told him one thing, that if you want something, work for it. Go and work and put all your hard work and dedication in your dream. All of Michelle's walls today seem to be the reward for his hard work. All of Michael's walls today seem to be the reward for his hard work. If Michael Stone was surprised, thrilled or arrogant about clearing the bar at 17 feet, you couldn't tell. As soon as he landed on that inflated landing mat and with the crowds on its feet, Michael immediately began preparing for his next attempt at the fight. So he was so dedicated and passionate to pursue his dream that from one victory to the another victory, he is going on and he is struggling and he is attending the training and he is exercising again and again for the next competition after competition. He seemed oblivious of the fact that he had just surpassed his personal best by 3 inches. So in one of the competitions, he surpassed his personal best, which was by 3 inches higher, and that he was one of the final 2 competitors in the pole vaulting event at the National Junior Olympics. Michael cleared the bar at 17 feet 2 inches and 17 feet 4 inches. Again, he showed no emotions. So he showed no emotions at all. So competition after competition, he is training himself and going into another competition and beating his last successes. Constant preparation and determination were his vision. So what was his vision, students? Constant preparation and determination were his vision as he lay on his back and heard the crowd groan. So what do we mean by groan, students? Cheer for him, shout for him. He knew the other vaulter had missed his final jump. He knew it was time for his final jump. So now he is going into the podium and now he has to take his final jump. Since the other vaulter had few misses, Michael needed to clear this vault to win. He had to win this last wall at anyhow. A miss would get him second place. If he misses, he will come down to the second place and he wouldn't be the first one. Nothing to be ashamed of, but Michael would not allow himself. That now the narrator is saying that it is nothing to be ashamed of that you are coming on the second place. But Michael always aimed for the first rank, for the first position only. Thought of not winning first place. He rolled over and did his rituals of 3 finger-tipped push-ups. So he is doing little push-ups before taking the last vault. He found his pole, stood and stepped on the runway. So he did little push-ups and stepped on the runway to take his last pole. Runway that led to the most challenging event of his 17 years old life. The runway felt different this time. What do we mean by that, students? That he was very nervous because he had to win at any cost. He wants the first position and he is determined to do that. It startled him for a brief moment. So this brings us to the end of the chapter, students. I hope you all learned a lot from this story. Thank you.